Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have some amazing plans this weekend. I hope you get to spend some time with your family outside or whatever you're gonna do. I'm back on here for my daily vlog challenge. Apparently that's what it's called. I didn't even know the terminology. I just decided I'm gonna come on here every day to get better at speaking on video camera. But anyways, if you hear the little chirping, yeah, I know it's my fire alarm. I'm gonna fix those tomorrow. So apparently I gotta go through every single one to find out which battery is dead. So hopefully I can get that done real quick. Anyways, I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about today. Doing like podcasts it's a little easier because you have that time between to figure out what you're going to talk about. But doing a vlog or a daily challenge, it's harder because it's consistent. It's like every day you got to come up with something to talk about. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna talk about myself. I'm gonna talk about something that happened in my life that I think is funny. I didn't think it was funny at the time, but I think it's funny now, looking back on it. Anyways, so when I got out of the Marine Corps, I decided to get an apartment with my brother, Adam, and my friend Chad. We played in a little punk rock band back in San Diego. So the apartment was in a hood area. It was on Euclid Avenue on the corner of El Cajon Boulevard. So it was a big mixing pot of different gangs and stuff like that. You know, you had Chinese, you had blacks, you had Mexicans, you had whites, you had everything of everything was on that street. Anyways, I can't recall what happened, but I decided I'm gonna go get a drink. And we had just moved to this place. We were maybe a few days in, so I still didn't scope out the area. So I remember there was a bar on the corner, so I went to this bar. And in California, you know, everybody walks around with chanclas and like muscle t-shirts. So I had just a black one on. So I'm walking and I paid no mind to, the actual building itself or anything outside of it. I was kind of in a little zoned area. So I'm just walking through and I pull the door open and you can hear the music blasting. It was like rock and roll. I think it was AC/DC or whatever the case is. But I walk in and I have my head down, and I look up and I swear to God, it's about 100 to 150 of the biggest, baddest bikers you could see on the planet. And you know, when in life, I don't know if you experience it, but when something just stops and you hear the music stop and everything stops, that's how I felt. So I kind of just took one step, walked in, and then realized, I'm like, oh my God, dude, what did I walk into? I walked into some kind of wasp nest of people. So at that point, I took a couple more steps forward, and you can't really turn back and walk out, because everybody looked at me. All these guys that, I guess in the biker community or whatever the case is, they might know each other. I was not part of them, and they knew that right away when I walked in. So I wasn't gonna walk back, and then plus there was I guess they kind of blocked the doors a little bit behind me. They stood by the wall, and then all of a sudden 3 or 4 of them were just hanging out by that front door. So there was no way for me to get out anyways. So I just walked forward, walked to the bar. And the size of these guys, Jesus, they had tattoos on their face. You could see these knives on their belts. They had these little things that they invented themselves where they could put on their motorcycles and hit somebody, and I guess it not being considered a weapon or whatever the case is, but they were pretty armed to the teeth. So I walked to the bar and I get a drink. And even the bartender was like, what the hell are you doing here? He gave me that stupid look, and I'm like, Budweiser, please. At the time, it wasn't the Budweiser it is now, but I'm like, can I get a drink? So he pours me the drink, and I see pool tables. You know, I start seeing everything open up, and I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. Still uneasy, you know, because everybody's staring at me, sizing me up or whatever the case is. And so I'm drinking my drink, and I turn around, and I can see the eyes. You know, I'm trying not to get any eye contact with people, but I can feel them. I can see, I look up, I'm like, oh, look up, look up, and look back down, drink my drink. And the whole time I'm thinking, well, how the hell am I gonna get myself out of this place? So I see the pool tables, and I take my quarters, and I'm used to San Antonio. One thing, when you're playing pool, everybody plays pool differently. Whether you learn how to play pool in San Antonio, it's not gonna be the same in San Diego. Or if you play in San Antonio, you go to New York or whatever the case. Everybody's got their own rules. I'm still, I think I just turned 21, fresh out of the Marines. So I'm going off of what I remember. So I took my coins and I slapped them on the table and I put them on the side. Apparently, I put them on the wrong side. So these two big guys are playing, and this guy's got his head shaved. He's got tattoos all through his skull. He's got them on his eyes right here. Big old, just huge tattoos, and everything representing what they are. They had big old 1%ers and stuff like this. And so they finish up their game. The guy beats out like 2 or 3 people, and I'm thinking it's my time to play. So he racks them up. I'm used to me racking up because I'm the one that's going to play this person that wins. So he's racking it up. I don't see behind me that there's another guy ready to play. I have my pool stick, you know. So I get up and I just whack. The balls go everywhere. The guy's not saying nothing behind me. And he had a big old beard by the time I turned around. It was huge. Like, you can just like sweep the floor with his beard, you know? So I drop the stripes, you know, it goes in. I think my luck, of course, that day, I knock in like 3 of them. And this guy's like, I can feel him breathing on me, you know? Like, you got that light overhanging and everything. And then this guy's like, just on top of me. So the other guy's still silent. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him, but he didn't say a word. So I get ready and I start knocking him in. You know, I'm knocking these balls in, and then there's the 8-ball. And I've never won pool like that, ever in my life. And here I am winning against the biggest dude in this bar. My friggin' luck, you know? So I get ready to shoot my last ball in, the 8-ball, and I feel this huge mammoth of an arm just grab me. And I'm like, oh, you know, that just shocked my whole body. I'm like, oh my God, here it goes, I'm dead. I didn't even tell my brother where I'm at. I didn't tell my mother, I didn't tell anybody. So I'm thinking this guy's gonna freaking kill me. He's gonna hit me with one of those little billy clubs or a knife in the throat or chuck it in my ear. Anyways, so he grabs my arm and he flips it. And I'm like, at that point, I don't know what to do. You know, all I know is I'm gonna, you know, he's gonna off me. So I got this tattoo right here, this little tattoo. I got this when I was in the Marine Corps. Me and like 4 other people, we just got it off the wall, off the flash. We didn't even know what it was. So he grabs my arm and he's holding it and he's yanking me, pulls me like that, like, whoa. And he's like, roar. That's how I remember it. It's like, roar, roar, roar. I'm like, what? Roar. And he grabs my arm and he's like, roar. And then he turns around and he's got the same tattoo on the back of his skull. The same freaking tattoo there. I just got randomly off of a wall in, what was it? Palm Desert, or 29 Palms at the tattoo parlor. So I'm thinking I'm gonna die. My heart's going, I feel it's gonna explode. So this guy's like, roar, roar, roar. And then I finally understand what he's saying. He's like, I got the red rope tattoo on my back. So rounds of drinks start coming around, this and that, this and that. And then finally that guy that's behind me, he's like, yeah, I don't want to give the guy's name that was in this motorcycle club, but he's like, yeah, that was his tattoo for friendship. Apparently him and one person he'd lost in his life had the same tattoo. So random tattoo off the wall saves my life in this bar with all these bikers. Anyways, so we're shooting shots just back and forth, boom, 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 boom. And all I remember is me on the back of this motorcycle going down La Jolla. Whee! And now that I look back and I'm like, it was scary then. It's still scary. It's scary, stupid. But it's still funny. Anyways, that's my story for the day. I hope that made you laugh. Especially the part and the squava of a beard that was behind me. But like I said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you continue to be with me on this journey. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, it's called the Sandbox Podcast channel. We're working on that stuff right now. I'm going to drop some more episodes there. And thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.